soon as this pops up, I know where to go. I will intro. Alrighty then. Don't worry about this. This is just. No, you stay down there. Need you. Okay. All right. So it looks like we are getting ready to go live. Live at 5. All right, everybody. Just give me a few seconds to get situated here. And then I will be cock and ready to rock. Okay. So that goes. All right. Bear with me just 2 seconds, okay, pal? And then we will get this party started. Okay. Come on. You want to have the card up so that way people know what's going on, what we're referencing, you know?
What card?
The picture.
Oh.
That I just said. You know, because it lets everybody know that Shark Week. And we're going to be talking sharks, right?
Mm-hmm. A lot of sharks.
A lot of sharks. You are right. I don't know where I saved that picture. So kind of at a loss. I thought I saved it. Oh, there we go. There you are. Oh, look at you. You're adorable. Okay. And then once that's saved, everybody can hear us now. We are live. You can say hi to everybody if you like.
Hi, everybody, and I hope you've been having a good day. And
You are adorable.
he is really silly sometimes. Okay, don't think he's Mr. Serious. He's really silly.
What are you talking about? Knock it off. Yeah. Well, I try. Sometimes I'm Mr. Serious. Sometimes I yell at you guys. Because you drive me crazy like maniacs that you are.
Why don't you just give us some drugs all the time?
Because I don't want you guys to.
Not the whole time. I mean, like,
I don't mind this conversation here. I don't have anything against electronics. But and you guys do go on, you play your games and stuff like that, but I just don't think that they should be babysitters. I think you guys need playtime too. You need to, and playtime, reading time, stuff like that. You know, and guest co-host. So yeah, I just think that you guys need to
right now,
enjoy your time.
Yeah,
and learn things.
Everybody, just a recap of what has been. I mean, not really a recap. What's happening right now
Go for it.
is Mike is just writing things down. I don't know what he's writing it for.
Well, I'm posting so people know that we're live. And they can join in the conversation if they like. That's just kind of where I'm at.
Yeah.
I know we're supposed to get started, and we will.
And it's already 9:35.
That's all right. First 5 minutes. First 5 minute jitters. Don't be afraid. It'll be good. So
15 minutes later.
No. Supposed to know. Okay. So I'm going to start my intro. People can watch this. It's fun. Have little conversations and talk and enjoy each other's company until we get started on the show. What are you pointing at? What are you pointing? Don't point at me. Don't. No, stop it. Stop pointing at me. So, you want to get started?
Yeah.
Are you sure?
Yeah.
Are you ready? Are you ready to blow this popsicle stand? Okay, let's do it.
I'm about to throw the bomb into the tornado.
I'm the tornado. Oh, you're the bomb. Oh, God. We'll talk about that later. Welcome, everybody. Welcome to the Scene Snobs Podcast. I'm your host, of course, Mick Manhattan, Scene Snob. Every Tuesday night, live, 9:30 p.m., give or take a few minutes. I'm usually ready a little bit more, but I had this diva guest co-host this week who came in and he wanted a trailer parked in a certain way and everything else. So no, but I am joined today by my guest co-host, the movie kid, Tommy. my stepson. Happy to have him around. So we are going to be talking movies. We're going to be talking movie news. And then it's Shark Week, so we're going to be getting into some shark movie talk. We've become a little prepared, but we will get to that, I promise. I know you're very excited to talk about the movies you watched. What's up, Doc?
So, by what I said earlier, I gave you a hint of one of the movies we are going to be talking about. If you've seen it, I think you might know what we're talking about if you have seen this movie.
Yeah. If Tornado was a hint for you, I'm sure you're
And throwing a bomb into it, and there's a lot of sharks.
Yeah, I know. That's a pretty good hint. You are a silly boy. I love you though. Okay. So we were going to talk about other things first real quick. And first things first, we have to get into the movie news. You ready for this? So I have received some news. Now, Tommy, I need to go back and I need to kind of help you understand, just in case you know. Do you know what video stores are? Other than, have you ever been in one? I don't remember. They might have been closed before your time.
I know he has because he worked for one.
I've worked for quite a few, actually. Mom and pop shops and chains. So,
what about Blockbuster? I thought you worked for Blockbuster.
No, not Blockbuster. I worked for Hollywood Video. But I'm glad you brought up Blockbuster.
But yeah, he was in a movie.
Was in lots of movies, actually. I'm not bragging on that either. I would,
But he wasn't a star in any. He was just like a side character.
I was always a side character. You were absolutely right. I was not the star. But
except in that movie.
Oh, Escape from New York. Yes, I'm wearing my.
He was Snake.
Snake Plissken t-shirt. No, I was Snake. Not. The great Kurt Russell was Snake Plissken. We need to watch Escape from New York. That's going to be one for our podcast. But we will
I thought there was a video game with Snake.
Yeah, well, there's Metal Gear Solid, and there's Snake in that, which was a cool game back in the day. But going back to video stores real quick. So you've never actually been in one. You don't know what the experience is like or how it works, right?
Yeah,
So, you can look at me, buddy. I don't know why you're looking at the video. No. So, video stores were kind of a way of life for a long time. So instead of streaming everything like we do now, most of our media was like we had tapes, VHS tapes. You ever see one of those? So kind of like the ones I have over there.
Mm-hmm.
And we have VCRs. You could play them in and you watch your movies that way. What?
I don't remember how it goes, but I thought there was a song like Video Store or something.
Video killed the radio star.
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, that's generally how it works. But so no, but we had video rental stores. You can go and rent movies, old ones, new ones, things like that on VHS, later DVD. You could also buy them, like go to a store and buy copies of each movie and stuff like that, so that way you could own them. But there was, these video stores were kind of a way of like how you got your entertainment of watching these movies. So you go to the video store and you pick out your different movies, you'd rent them. Hopefully they'd be there. A lot of new releases would be sold out on the opening day. And then you would just go about it, and then you watch a movie, and then you have to return. It's kind of how a library works.
If they were also out on the opening day, you know what I would do?
What?
Sleep there the night before, and then as soon as it opens, get in the door, get one, pay for it, get out.
There were people, and like they wouldn't sleep overnight. There were people who camped out early before the store opened so they could make sure that they got a new movie that was a new release. Like they would wait there until the people, like, and this is no joke. Like when I worked there, they would sit in their car, we'd pull up, and as soon as we opened the store and everything was on, they'd come right in and grab the movie that they wanted that was like a new release, and it would sell out usually pretty quickly. So it was pretty crazy. It was a lot of fun though. But video stores were kind of a way of life, and we love them. I loved going to them. I miss them. Is there something more interesting over there? Because you were staring at that wall hard. They can't tell right now, but you are staring at that wall pretty hard. So why I'm bringing this up is there's pretty much no video stores left anymore, except there's one Blockbuster. There's a last Blockbuster that exists, and they are teaming up with Airbnb, which is this group that you can go with, and you can spend a night at certain places, things like that, like rent out rooms and stuff like that.
So
what's up?
I want to tell the fans that I'm reading it right here. There's a cool fact that Blockbuster, 16 years ago, they had 9,000 active stores across North America.
Mm-hmm.
But with the advent of streaming services and a steady move away from physical media, the once monolithic rental franchise declared bankruptcy in 2010 and shuttered stores steadily with only one remaining. Despite the nationwide arm of the business having been closed for years, Blockbuster has continued to find success as a nostalgic brand, selling merchandise and releasing a Blockbuster board game last year.
Great job.
Focused on movies.
Great job. So in Bend, Oregon, there's the last one. So what they're doing is they're teaming up with Airbnb for an overnight stay in the store to kind of experience like hanging out and having a fun night renting movies and watching. You can do a slumber party sleepover type thing. So it's a few nights. You can reserve it and pay certain prices. So this will be up on the descriptions for later for the podcast or the videos, and you can check it out for yourself. It's on Screen Rant right now. But yeah, if you're interested and you want to go all the way to Oregon, you can they have a pretty cool little setup going on.
So after this video, is it okay if we pack our bags and buy tickets to Oregon?
No, unfortunately, we can't do that. It's mostly for the locals, but if you do want to, if some people want to do it, but no, we're not going to head out there, unfortunately.
Yeah, but also, I still wouldn't go out. And you know why?
Why?
Because coronavirus, I want you all to stay safe.
Well, thank you very much.
And again, like in the last video I had, wear a mask.
Good job, kid. Okay, so here, let's get into it. So I wanted to mention Blockbuster's Airbnb thing that they had going on, but you can check that out on Screen Rant. But let's talk about sharks, because it is Shark Week, and I definitely want to get into the movie side of things.
And here it is. Said by him to be the best movie of the 20th century, maybe. He said
ever. Best shark movie ever. Hands down, that's it.
I said the best movie in the 20th century. Other than Back to the Future for him.
That's my favorite, but I don't know that it's the best. What's the movie?
Jaws. We'll be talking about that. Jaws.
Yeah. Very good.
And it came out in 1975. Thought it came out later because the graphics were...
Graphics? It's not a video game.
Not the graphics.
The cinematography is what you call it. So, anyway, yes, I want to talk about Jaws. It came out in 1975. It's 45 years old this year. Yes, and you have watched it, and I would love to know what you think of Jaws.
I like it a lot. My second favorite shark movie out of the two.
I want to hear about Jaws first.
Yeah. I mean, I'm just saying it is my second favorite. I won't tell you guys my favorite until it comes to that when we talk about it. So Jaws was really good. I liked it because of how the shark was, and I liked the scene where they found the license plate in the tiger shark.
Mm-hmm.
And
that was a pretty crazy scene.
And the mayor's like, all I care about is money. I don't care about closing the beaches down because of the sharks. All I want is money. All I care about is money. I
understand the gist of it. It's not exactly how he was. He wasn't a completely callous. He made some very poor choices.
Yeah.
Yes.
Not all he cares about. He's like, I just want the money. I'm not going to close down the beach.
Yeah. Which we know now is very true. So there's very true possibility when it comes to politicians. But as as far as Jaws as a movie goes, it being its 45th year, like, you're 8 years old, you've seen it. Like, how does it make you feel? Like, when you watch that movie, like, does it scare you? Does it thrill you?
There was a couple of times where I jumped a little because I didn't expect the shark to jump onto the boat.
Yeah.
And I didn't expect the I don't remember if it was the sheriff, the fisherman, or the scientist. He didn't shoot the shark. He shot that oil tank or air tank, and it blew up the shark.
It did. He did that.
And he has Mike, he has a poster of a movie. He might have traveled into the future because
no, that's a mock movie poster of Jaws 19 from Back to the Future too. It was a joke in the movie, but I want to talk about Jaws, man. Focus.
Yeah.
So focus on what we're the movie we're talking about.
So my favorite part about Jaws was the shark theme to it. I really like shark themed movies.
That's it? That's all you got for me on Shark Week?
No.
All right. I know which one you want to talk about.
No,
and unfortunately, we have to go past Jaws, which is the best
No,
shark movie
I want to
of all
keep
time.
talking about Jaws.
No, you don't. You
Yes,
know what
I
you wanna
do.
talk
I
about.
wasn't done.
What movie you want to talk about? Go ahead.
Sharknado.
Sharknado. Yep, that's what you want to talk about. Sharknado. I made the mistake of showing you Sharknado. And I tried to do it to show you a great shark movie versus Sharknado. Not the worst shark movie, mind you, but definitely a campy film. So, with that being said, I want to know what you thought of Sharknado.
I still want to talk about Jaws though.
No. I know you want to talk about it. You want to talk about Sharknado. Go right ahead and tell me all about Sharknado because I know you have a review of it.
So, what I liked about Sharknado was I like tornadoes and I like sharks. And
is that really the review we're getting from you on this episode?
No. I wasn't even finished. Why do you think? So
what was your favorite thing about Sharknado? And don't say the tornado and the sharks.
The way that everything was flooded and there were sharks running around.
This movie must have been written by an 8-year-old.
What?
That's how crazy it was. Sharks in a tornado terrorizing Los Angeles. I mean, come on. So.
Most kids don't even know what Los Angeles is.
Except the ones that live there, I guess. So, tell me more about Sharknado and what you love about it so much, because you walked away thinking it was the best shark movie of all time, which means I failed as the Scene Snob. And your moniker of the movie kid is ironic. That's bad.
How did you fail as a Scene Snob?
Come on, tell me what you thought about Sharknado.
Okay. I thought it was a good movie. It gave you some scares but I liked it a lot.
What was your favorite part? Not your favorite thing. What was your favorite scene in the movie?
The store scene. No,
Which
not
store
the one. The beginning scene where the shark is attacking the jet ski. What's his name?
Yeah, the Australian guy that was in the movie. Yes, I
He
can't
died.
remember his name. Did he die in the movie?
Yeah, remember?
No, I don't at all.
On the car, he was like, if they fail, this is our backup plan. The guy in the truck, he died because of a shark. He jumped onto the car and ate him.
Chaz Simmons, as played by Baz Hogan. He was the one that was bit on the jet ski.
Yeah.
So, there you go. All right. So that was so the beginning was your favorite.
I like the end a lot as well. I can't decide what my favorite part is.
So what's your ultimate takeaway of the Sharknado movies versus Jaws. So you've seen both. What do you want to revisit more?
I mean, I would obviously have to revisit Sharknado more because there's more movies in it. But
Yeah, that doesn't necessarily mean you have to revisit it.
Yeah. So, what? The reason I said Sharknado is better, only by a little bit.
You're killing me with that.
What? It is only by a tiny bit. Look, this is how good I think the movie goes. Down here is not that good. Look, this is Sharknado. This is Jaws.
That's your rating system.
Yeah.
Not even 2 thumbs up. It's just down here or up here.
Okay,
No,
2
sorry.
thumbs up and 1 and 99 100 thumbs up for Jaws.
Well, thank you very much for coming on the show and talking about Sharknado and Jaws for even just a little bit.
And
so-
my favorite character in Jaws was the scientist and the sheriff. I like them both a lot. I hope the scientist comes back in like Jaws 2 and 3 and 4.
We'll see.
And my favorite one from Sharknado was the Ian Ziering or something.
Okay. Not Mr. 90210. All right. Well, I appreciate you coming on the show, buddy, and talking about sharks. Thank you very much. The Movie Kid, everybody. We are going to be doing our own show sooner or later. We will get to it. You got to work on your reviewing skills more.
Yeah.
You know, after we watch movies, maybe write some stuff down.
And the movies I like, I gotta work on those more, I guess.
Yeah. But go ahead. You go ahead upstairs. I'm going to finish off the show, and
All
then
right.
I will talk to you guys.
Just make sure to like and subscribe and hit that notification bell.
Thank you very
And
much.
share the video with whoever you can and tell all your friends that like movies, and goodbye.
All right. Head out. Take care, buddy. Thanks for coming on.
All right.
All right. You did great. Thanks, buddy. All right. So that was the Movie Kid. He came on. I brought him on today, kind of talk about shark movies because he and I have been kind of binging them a little bit. But he watched Sharknado today. And as you can see, an 8-year-old watches Sharknado, and it's like a beautiful dream, a beautiful window. So I'm glad he came on, and we will talk about more about movies. I'm going to show him some of the classics, which is going to definitely be an interesting thing. Before we head out, I do want to kind of talk about a few things that are going on. Right now, as it is, the Department of Justice has just thrown out a very old, not law, but it was an old ruling that the studio system, when they had in place 70 years ago, they could own movie theaters. And that was creating quite the monopoly. There was a lot of disturbing things going on with the studios and the movie theaters back in the day when they could own them. So a lot of movies were being pushed out. It was kind of spiraling out of control. So federally, on a federal level, there was a ruling back in the day in 1930s that said that studios could not own movie theaters, and that they could not pay off movie theaters, things like that. There had to be a distribution system. And it was like that for 70 years. It worked, and it helped, and it was a good case. It was called the Paramount case because Paramount was like the number one studio that was named in it at the time. So after vacating this ruling and leaving it open, now it leaves it open for studios to start owning theaters again and controlling theaters in a way that is not going to be too kind. So basically how this is going to work out, there's a lot of theaters hurting right now. And the reason I feel it's important to bring this up, especially on the show, because, we love movie theaters. We love the whole theater going experience and everything else. I want to help build an awareness to this of like what's going on. And it can really kill or hurt the independent film market. And I think the important thing is right now, you do have indie theater houses that are still bigger than they used to be, like Alamo Drafthouse is still a huge faction that does, support that independent filmmaking and independent films. So that's important. And then you have, other independent chains doing that as well. But with everybody in really big trouble right now, you have AMC, you have all the big theaters that are hurting, and they could end up being bought out by studios. And if that's the case, if it's divvied up, like, you're going to see independent movies kind of get pushed out and washed out. And I hate to see that happen. I'd also hate to see a monopoly again. Well, I never saw it in the first place, but like, I'd hate to see it happen where monopoly opens up and really starts to destroy this beautiful distribution system we have, because it can drive up prices and things like that. And it can put competing theaters out of business, like the ones that do want to support the indie films, but also need those bigger blockbusters and such to kind of help them bring in customers and things like that. It's going to be a tough, scary ride. This was a terrible time for the Department of Justice to do this and throw out this ruling. I don't know why it happened. I wish it didn't happen, but that's kind of where we're at right now. So I'd love to hear what you guys think about it, and I would definitely say support theaters, support, right now with everything going on, who you can, what you can. Like the Alamo here in Winchester is open. If there's other theaters by you that are open, especially independent ones, really support them and show some love. And just we'll kind of see where this goes. Right now, that's where everything is at. Like nobody's been bought or anything like that. There's been no monumental thing going on, but that's kind of how things are at the moment. So I'm nervous to see where this goes. Now, with that being said, we have, like I said, we need to support independent. Some other news that are going on is New York Comic Con is going to be virtual this year. They just announced it, and they're going to be virtual, just like San Diego Comic Con was. Now, San Diego Comic Con, unfortunately, was kind of a bust. It was tough. It did not do well in its virtual format. A lot of things aren't doing well in their virtual format, which is surprising to me with everything that's going on. I thought virtual would be more adopted at this time. But yeah, it did not do well. It did not usher in the numbers that would have liked it to. Of course, New York Comic Con at this point in time does have to do this, does have to go virtual with everything going on. They're not going to bring the numbers in, and it's dangerous to bring it in if they did a physical Comic-Con. But I'm anxious to see how they do. I mean, I'll still attend. I'll still be a part of the panels and everything else. I really enjoyed doing that with San Diego Comic-Con this year because I don't normally get to go. New York, I could, and New York is not too far away from where I am. And then, I've lived there and I grew up right outside of New York. So, New York is an easy one to go to, but San Diego wasn't. So it was a lot of fun to be a part of it, even virtually this year. But I will be there to support New York Comic Con as well. So hopefully you guys will. Now, I kind of want to finish off the show talking about something that's near and dear to my heart. Again, it's independent filmmaking. I've talked about it often. If you listen to my show, Pulling Focus podcast, that I do with Brian from Skyline, it is a filmmaking podcast where we talk about the movie industry and the aspects of filmmaking and of that. You really don't hear about much else in other places. So I am going to be a sponsor of the Scene Snobs.com. Is a proud sponsor of Skyline Indie Film Festival. It's their 8th annual festival. Now, here in Winchester, Virginia, they do it every year. And every year it is a physical festival that people can come to, they can hang out. This is an amazing town to come do it. Great town to be a tourist, especially this time of year, like summer, end of summer going into fall. Is when the festival is in September. So it's September 10th through 13th this year. and it's all virtual this year. They made the decision a couple months ago, just be on the safe side. Thought it was best. So, what I really appreciate all of you doing, if possible, is buy passes, support by watching the movies. It's so important because they foster the independent spirit. That's their motto, and I fully support that. And these filmmakers, especially with like South by Southwest and other festivals having canceled this year, it really hurt a lot of these filmmakers. And Skyline stepped up in a big way and said that they'll waive their fees for all of those films to be shown. And that's a huge thing. That is a support of independent filmmaking that is needed, and I adore it. I love that, and that's why I'm a proud sponsor for them. And I really hope that anybody watching, you will help along, and you will, like donate, but definitely make sure you're watching the movies because there's some really good ones going on. I've seen a few. And checked out a few others. Checked out a few other things going on, and I'd really love for you to see these movies because they're really good. Brian and the rest of the board put a lot of passion into this, and it's just fantastic what they do. So the 8th annual Skyline and Film Festival, like I said, it's September 10th through the 13th. It's virtual. The Alamo Draft House here in Winchester is holding a couple of screenings. So there will be some physical screenings because they're open, which will be practiced with safety precautions due to coronavirus and things like that. But everything will also be virtual. So buy your passes, support, donate if you can. I think that's a great thing to do. And just really try and help. But the important thing is to remember that next year it will be coming up again in 2021, and we'll be able to do it in a physical way. Scene Snobs supports this. We'll be there. I'll be there for Pulling Focus podcast. We're going to be doing scripts. Skyline is teaming up with Scripts Gone Wild, and the Scene Snobs is going to be a part of it to do a reading of The Princess Bride. So very excited for that. So we're going to read The Princess Bride on the air. That's September 10th. So make sure you check that out. All the links for everything will be available, and I want you guys to sign up and do everything you can. So that's just where I'm at with that. I want you guys to really support, and next year keep Skyline in mind. If you're an independent filmmaker, or you just have something you want to show, submit. It's important. That's how we build these film festivals up so they become bigger. And this is a perfect town to do one because this is an artistic town where you can really get your movie out there and shown, and people appreciate it and support this festival big time. So just keep that in mind going on down the line. So this has been Shark Week. It started. We got a brand new Married Movie Challenge coming out, which myself and Mary the Mommy did. Tomorrow we're doing a Behind the Box podcast. The four of us will be welcoming on a guest of Patrick Jankowitz, and he'll be talking about his book, Just When You Thought It Was Safe to Go Back in the Water, a Jaws companion book. Very excited about that. And we'll also be analyzing the movie from 2012, Bait, which is a shark movie from out of Australia. Thursday, Rob Paints the Movie. It's going to be a sharktastic way of doing things. Friday, we are doing the Last Drive-In theme showcase, Friday night showcase, and it will be a special time at 7 p.m. I'll invite Behind the Box podcast crew on with me. And we're going to be doing all things Joe Bob, trivia, things like that. We're going to have Mutant fan members pop on and play the trivia and stuff like that as well. So check that out. And then we'll be live tweeting the Last Drive-In slumber party that they're doing. Saturday will be a brand new interview, Scene Snobs interview. If you missed it, my Scene Snobs interview with Larry Hankin came out yesterday. Check it out. He's, a great character actor who well, and he gave me a great interview yesterday. I'm so happy to have him on the show. and talk about all his memorable, amazing characters from Seinfeld, Friends, Breaking Bad, El Camino, Planes, Trains, and Automobiles, Home Alone, Escape from Alcatraz. All of his, we talked about so many things. Star Trek Voyager, Star Trek Next Generation. There's a lot of really fun things. So make sure you're checking that out. That's out now. Then I'm going to have another Scene Snobs interview with Jack O'Halloran, who played Nam on Superman 2. He has a very amazing and interesting life with ties to the mafia, the New York mafia. He was a boxer. His career in Hollywood, and especially stories from Superman 2, that's going to be amazing to talk to him. And then we're going to finish off Shark Week on Sunday night, my interview with Jeff Voorhees, who played Alex Kittner, the young Kittner boy who got killed in Jaws, and he's going to be sharing memories and stories from Jaws for the 45th anniversary, and that's how we're going to finish off Shark Week. Also, keep in mind, we are doing Star Trek Week in the first week of September. If you're a Star Trek fan, we have some room. We want to bring you on the shows and stuff like that. So please message me. But we have lots of cool stuff, lots of cool guests and interviews coming up. So until next time, thank you for joining in. I hope you enjoyed the movie Kid jumping in and really destroying that name because he likes Sharknado over Jaws. But I love this kid and he loves movies and we always enjoy him. So we're going to have some new shows coming out. He and I are going to be doing a podcast together about movies and stuff like that. So make sure you're looking for that too. So everything's on the scenesnobs.com. Our schedule is up of live shows and all of our old shows are on there in podcast and video format. So thanks for joining in. It has been wonderful. And I look forward to talking to you guys again next week with my special guest co-host, Jessie Green. She's going to join me and we're going to be talking about a lot of stuff. And then I have coming back the week after on the 25th for my guest co-host is going to be Gerard DeBard-Laban. He's going to be back on. We did an episode together about a month ago, and I just had a great time talking to Gerard, as always. So I can't wait to have him back. And we have a lot of other great shows planned. So just stay tuned, and we will talk to you guys soon. So take care, and thanks again.